Welcome to another book summary. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy. The Power of Now, an in-depth guide to spiritual enlightenment. Introduction. The Power of Now, a guide to spiritual enlightenment by Eckhart Tolle, is a profound spiritual manual that emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment to achieve a state of lasting peace and enlightenment. Tolle's teachings offer a transformative path to freedom from the constant chatter of the mind, the grip of past traumas, and the anxiety about the future. This comprehensive guide distills the core lessons and insights from Tolle's work, presenting them in a coherent format to help readers fully grasp and apply the principles of living in the now. 1. The essence of the present moment. Understanding the concept of now. The foundation of Tolle's teachings is the concept of the now, the present moment that is ever-present and continuous. Tolle argues that the past and future are mere mental constructs that do not exist outside of our minds. The present moment is the only reality, the only time that truly exists. Key takeaways. The illusion of time. Time is a mental construct that distracts us from the reality of the present moment. Most people live trapped in time, dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, which leads to suffering. The present moment is all there is. To experience true peace and fulfillment, one must fully embrace the now. The past is gone, and the future is not yet here. Only the present moment is real. Practical application. Mindfulness practice. Engage in mindfulness practices that focus on the present moment, such as mindful breathing or conscious observation of your surroundings. This helps train the mind to stay present and disengage from time-based thinking. 2. The problem of the ego. What is the ego? The ego, as described by Tolle, is the false self created by the mind that identifies with thoughts, emotions, and external circumstances. The ego thrives on identification with material possessions, social status, and the need for validation. It constantly seeks fulfillment outside of the present moment, leading to a perpetual state of dissatisfaction and suffering. Key takeaways. Ego identification. The ego is a product of the mind's identification with thoughts and emotions. It creates a false sense of self that is separate from the true self, or consciousness. The ego's need for control. The ego is obsessed with control and thrives on fear, desire, and attachment. It is the source of most negative emotions, such as anger, resentment, jealousy, and anxiety. Practical application. Disidentification from the mind. Practice becoming an observer of your thoughts and emotions without identifying with them. Realize that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. 3. Overcoming the pain body. What is the pain body? The pain body is a term coined by Tolle to describe the accumulation of past emotional pain stored in the body and mind. It is a semi-autonomous entity that feeds on negative emotions and thrives on pain and suffering. The pain body can be triggered by specific thoughts or external circumstances, leading to a cycle of emotional reactivity and pain. Key takeaways. The pain body as an entity. The pain body can be seen as an energetic entity within the body that feeds on negative emotions. It can become dormant or active, depending on external triggers and internal states. Healing the pain body. To heal the pain body, one must bring conscious awareness to it. By observing the pain body without judgment or resistance, we can begin to dissolve it. Practical application. Conscious observation. When you feel the pain body being triggered, observe it without judgment. Recognize its presence and allow it to be there without feeding it with more negative thoughts. 4. Entering the state of presence. What is presence? Presence, or being, is the state of consciousness where one is fully aware and engaged in the present moment without the interference of the mind or ego. It is a state of pure awareness that transcends thought and emotion, allowing one to experience life directly and fully. Key takeaways. The power of presence. Presence is the key to spiritual enlightenment and inner peace. It is the state of consciousness that connects us to our true self, beyond the mind and ego. Practicing presence. Presence can be cultivated through practices such as meditation, mindful breathing, and body awareness. The more we practice presence, the easier it becomes to access it. Practical application. Mindful breathing. Use your breath as an anchor to stay present. Focus on the sensation of breathing in and out to bring your attention back to the now, whenever your mind starts to wander. 5. Silence and stillness as portals to the now. The role of silence and stillness. Silence and stillness are powerful tools for accessing the present moment and connecting with the deeper dimension of being. In silence, we can hear the subtle voice of our inner consciousness and experience the peace and joy that arise from within. Key takeaways: silence as a portal. Silence is a portal to the now. It allows us to detach from the noise of the mind and connect with the stillness that lies beyond thought. Stillness and the inner body. Tolle encourages us to focus on the inner body, the subtle energy field within that connects us to being. By becoming aware of the inner body, we can enter a state of stillness and presence. Practical application: inner body awareness. Throughout the day, take moments to feel the inner body. Focus on the energy within your hands, feet, or entire body to ground yourself in the present moment. 6. The art of surrender. Understanding surrender. Surrender, according to Tolle, is not about giving up or being passive. It is about accepting the present moment fully and completely without resistance. Surrender is the key to overcoming the ego and finding peace in any situation. Key takeaways: the power of acceptance. Acceptance of the present moment is the foundation of surrender. When we accept what is, we let go of resistance and open ourselves to peace and enlightenment. Surrendering to the now. Surrender involves letting go of mental labels and judgments about the present moment. It means embracing what is without trying to change it. Practical application: practice acceptance. In challenging situations, practice accepting what is without resistance. Recognize that resistance creates suffering and that surrender leads to peace. 7. Enlightened relationships. Transforming relationships through presence. Tolle emphasizes that relationships can be powerful tools for spiritual growth if approached consciously. Many relationships are based on egoic needs, leading to conflict and suffering. Enlightened relationships, on the other hand, are based on presence and acceptance. Key takeaways: the trap of egoic relationships. Egoic relationships are based on the need for validation, control, and attachment. They often lead to conflict and pain. Practicing presence in relationships. To create enlightened relationships, bring presence into all interactions. Focus on the being of the other person rather than their ego. Practical application: be present with others. When interacting with others, practice being fully present. Focus on their presence and being rather than their words or actions. 8. Beyond the duality of mind. Transcending the duality of happiness and unhappiness. Tolle teaches that true peace lies beyond the duality of happiness and unhappiness. The mind tends to categorize experiences as either good or bad, leading to a cycle of attachment and aversion. True peace is found in a state of inner stillness that is unaffected by external circumstances. Key takeaways: transcending duality. To experience true peace, one must transcend the duality of the mind and embrace a state of inner stillness. Letting go of mental labels. To achieve this state, let go of mental labels and judgments. Accept people and situations as they are without resistance. Practical application: cultivate inner peace. Practice letting go of judgments and labels. Accept people and situations as they are without trying to change them. 9. The path to enlightenment. The journey of spiritual awakening. Enlightenment, according to Tolle, is not a distant goal but a state of being that can be accessed at any moment through presence and surrender. The path to enlightenment is the journey of becoming fully aware of the present moment and letting go of the ego. Key takeaways: enlightenment is now. Enlightenment is not a future goal but a state of being that can be accessed in the present moment. The role of presence and surrender. Presence and surrender are the keys to achieving enlightenment. By fully embracing the present moment and letting go of the ego, we can experience spiritual awakening. Practical application: daily presence practice. Dedicate time each day to practice presence. Whether through meditation, mindful breathing, or simply being aware of your surroundings, make presence a daily habit. Conclusions: living in the now, the power of now, offers a transformative path to spiritual enlightenment through the practice of presence and surrender. Tolle emphasizes that the key to lasting peace and joy lies in living fully in the present moment and detaching from the ego. By applying the principles and practices outlined in this guide, readers can achieve a state of spiritual awakening and experience true inner peace. Final key lessons: embrace the present moment. Focus on the now and let go of the past and future. The present moment is the only reality. Disidentify from the ego. Become the observer of your thoughts and emotions. Recognize the ego for what it is, a false sense of self. Cultivate inner stillness. Create moments of silence and stillness to connect with the deeper dimension of being. Transform relationships with presence. Bring presence into your relationships and focus on the being of others. Surrender to what is. Practice acceptance and surrender to the present moment. Let go of the need for control and resistance. By following these teachings and practices, readers can embark on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual awakening, leading to a life of peace, joy, and enlightenment. This comprehensive summary of the power of now provides a detailed exploration of Eckhart Tolle's teachings on spiritual enlightenment, offering practical guidance for applying these principles in everyday life. By embracing presence and surrender, readers can transcend the ego and experience the profound peace and fulfillment that come from living in the now. Thank you so much for listening. We would love if you follow and comment. And until next time, have a good one.